Hello again, everybody. Zacatech is here with my WWE Money in the Bank 2017 review for this Sunday, June the 18th of this year, hailing from the Scott Trade Center in St. Louis, Missouri. Well, just like Extreme Rules, the build for Money in the Bank's been okay, especially with SmackDown not doing so great ever since the shakeup, even with some shocking things happening. SmackDown ratings like Raw are going down the tubes. And even with the build, lack thereof, Money in the Bank has usually been an exciting pay-per-view. But after this, I think they should learn that Money in the Bank should stay multi-branded, and not just one brand. Like Extreme Rules, Money in the Bank had to rely on its main event to save the pay-per-view. But unlike Extreme Rules, who had to rely on the main event saving the pay-per-view because of the fact that none of the matches lived up to its subtitle, the main event had to save Money in the Bank because of some dumb booking decisions that were made. There were some good things that happened in Money in the Bank tonight. But some may call this the worst pay-per-view of the year. Not just the worst for WWE, probably the worst SmackDown pay-per-view of the year, and probably the worst SmackDown pay-per-view yet. Like I said, there were some good things. We saw an amazing main event, as I mentioned. We had a long-awaited debut and return that's been signed for months and finally happened, with a former WWE Diva returning with her husband, who was famous in Ring of Honor and TNA. And the Fashion Files was great yet again, with Breezango. But despite all those good things, there were some questionable things. At least I'll say this for Extreme Rules. At least the pay-per-view didn't have 3 shitty endings in a row. The first 4 matches had either a screwy finish or interference, including a controversial ending to the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match that'll get everybody talking for all the right and the wrong reasons. And I will be telling you about what I feel about both sides, about the ending spoiling the historic moment of the Money in the Bank for women. But it's a good heel move in the other sense. You know what I mean? But there'll be a lot to discuss about that. A lot of people will be debating back and forth about it. It's going to be a fierce discussion. And it'll probably be discussed even more when D-Bry finally returns to SmackDown on Tuesday. So, it was tough to rate this show. I gave Extreme Rules 6.0. I'm giving this one 5.5. I'm deducting points because of 4 matches that had consecutive screwy endings or interference endings. Like, even if there was slight interference, there was at least an interference in at least the first 4 matches. Or a weird finish. I'm talking about the main show, not the pre-show, which did have a clean, decisive finish. And the right finish, which was a last-minute match with the Colognes taking on the return of the Hype Bros. Zack Ryder is back from his knee injury, picking up where he left off, and helping Mojo get his momentum back after not being used after winning the Under the Giant Battle Royal, proving that Braun Strowman still should have won it. Anyway, the Hype Bros look good early, especially Ryder looking good on his knee. He looked great in the ring. A little ring rush, but he shook it off. But despite that, his knee was targeted throughout the match, isolated in the corner by both Colognes, Epico, and Primo, really attacking on it. But despite the attack on the knee and numerous attempts attacking Mojo failing, there was a hot tag eventually. And Mojo came in like a house of fire, tackling both Colognes, nailing with a big punch. And Zack Ryder, after teasing the Polski boot, then nailed the Polski boot, led on in the match, leading up to the Rough Rider double team finish and the 1-2-3 victory for the Hype Bros, getting the victory. These Colognes got rid of the Puerto Rican characters, being the tourist people as the shining stars, but still, they're not shining right now. But all shining is Hype Bros, picking up where they left off, because as you know, Zack Ryder got injured when they won a Battle Royal to get a title match for the tag team titles. Bad timing for Ryder to get injured. So now they're going to pick up where they left off, as a tag team. And like I said, not only will it help Mojo out, it'll help Ryder out too. 2.5. It did its purpose. Warmed up the crowd a little bit with Ryder's in-ring return and all that jazz. So at least Ryder's back. Let's move on to the match that'll get everyone talking for the right and the wrong reasons, as I mentioned. the first ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match involving Carmella, Natalya, Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Tamina. Now, there was a little sprinkle of a rumor. A little tiny rumor about a sixth person being added to the match. Maybe Nikki Bella returning, but the bell rang with all 5 women. And this is the president right here. You know, I think it's a match that a lot of people have been wanting to see for a long time, ever since they've been trying to push women's wrestling to the core and not let it be hindered with the hinder of the Diva's name again. You know, women's Money in the Bank. You know, all we know is women's Battle Royal. Royal Rumble. Hopefully it has better ending than this. And when you have 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches, usually a bad thing happens that one is better than the other. Well, we don't know what one was better, and it's not because women didn't do enough high spots, which there wasn't good high spots. Although I will cite them for missing a great opportunity, because Charlotte had a great moonsault off the top rope later on, attacking both Tamina and Natalya, but she should have done the moonsault off a fucking ladder, or at least had a ladder in her hands while doing it. That would have been insane. But there were some great spots. You know, and some great wrestling too. It wasn't just spot. There was some great grappling in there, in between the spots. With Natalya took a big slingshot against the ladder, and everyone got a chance to shine. Even Carmella, with her money outfit and whatever the fuck Ellsworth was wearing. And there was some great tugging back and forth. Like I said, every woman at least come to the ladder once. To me, you look good early. You know, she got a little offense in early on. And then she got taken out, the moonshot from Shaw took everybody out for a bit. And then everyone had some great opportunity. Natalya did a sharpshooter. And they didn't use any tables. But the spots they did do with the ladders were great. And it was good action. You know, it was a decent match for being the first ever women's Money in the Bank with no president against it. You know, they did all the hot spots they could without really hurting the women. You know, they didn't really want to hurt them. That's probably why I think they didn't do Charlotte do the moonsault off the ladder or with the ladder in her hand, like I said. But hey, a man can dream, can't he? And it was all good until the ending. Everybody was laid out. Carmella was laid out for a bit. And all of a sudden, Ellsworth came in. Now, I was telling my dad and my friend who were watching the pay-per-view, I kept telling him for the last couple of days, Ellsworth needs to take a high spot. He needs to get involved, but go through a table or go through a ladder, especially for Becky Lynch, who has a little thing for him, attacking him. But sadly, not only did Ellsworth not take a high spot, once again, a man can only dream, he got involved in the ending. And I do mean really involved in the ending. He started climbing the ladder. And all the fans were reacting to it. Like, no, he started climbing. And no one was coming. No one was stopping him. He grabbed the fucking briefcase. He grabbed it off the hook. He tossed it to Carmella. The bell rings. The refs look confused. They never really properly raised Carmella's hands. They just said Ellsworth grabbed the microphone and announced it himself that Carmella is now the first ever Miss Money in the Bank. Now, let's get to the discussion about both sides of the story. About a lot of people saying, oh, it spoiled the historic nature of it by having Ellsworth, a man, grabbing a briefcase for a woman. Should have been a woman grabbing the briefcase. And then the other point of, well, Carmella's a heel, and she had a boy toy. Being the one to help her out, he is her paid subject. It got a lot of heat. And SmackDown's been doing this a lot. They don't care about doing the right thing now. SmackDown just cares about getting a reaction out of everybody. And shock everybody, like what they're doing with Jinder. The reaction was fucking priceless, though. The heat, it was the most heat Carmella's ever had on the main roster ever since she got traded to SmackDown in the draft and not being aligned with Enzo and Cass. You know what I mean? The heat's been okay for the most part, but the heat she got tonight, and specifically Ellsworth, the reaction was priceless. They got a reaction. But, like I said, on the other end, people are going to say, oh man, the hype was there. First ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Very historic, a great step up to women's equality. What happens? A fucking guy grabs the briefcase for a woman. Not even a woman could grab the briefcase. It took a man to do it. So there's that argument. And like I said, the argument of, hey, it was a heel move. Carmella's a heel. She got a lot of heat. It was playing the wrong heat to do. But hey, you got a reaction. The most reaction she's gotten on the main roster. So, despite the weird ending, we have a great matchup for Money in the Bank. Great spots in there. Not a lot, but hey, it was steps, interference, and everybody got a chance to shine. Tamina looked good. Charlotte looked great. I think Charlotte was like the predictable choice, but she was being taught as a new person. And there were some people thinking Carmella would win. I don't think anyone who did pick Carmella to win would expect her to win with Ellsworth helping. And D-Bry even tweeted it out that he will discuss this on Tuesday when he returns. There's a lot to talk about with this. There'll be a lot of discussion. A lot of people like me, wrestling fans all over the internet, will be discussing this for the next few days. Especially if Carmella doesn't get stripped of it. A lot of people think she can be stripped, but hey, there was no DQs. That's what everyone needs to know. There was no DQ match. No countouts, anything else. But hey, like I said, some people, I feel for those people. I have to agree with the people who do feel like, hey, women's Money in the Bank ladder match should have been won by a woman, not won by a guy helping a woman. You know what I mean? I do have to say that they have the right to that argument. But the heat argument wins out too. So 3.5, it's deducting for, like, there was still some good high spots. Should have been a lot more, but hey, the women don't want to be fragile with them. And also the ending kind of minus the few points. So the crowd already tipped by the ending of the Money in the Bank ladder match. For women, we would have our next match for the SmackDown WWE Tag Team Champions of the world, with the Usos defending their titles against the returning New Day, the first pay-per-view match since returning to WWE television, and of course being drafted to SmackDown during, the Superstar Shakeup. And this was a great match as well, especially coming off of that bad taste in everyone's mouth with that ending of the Money in the Bank women's match that, like I said, will be discussed for days by a lot of internet people here. It'll be discussed. It was a fun matchup. Until, sadly, the ending. And it's not because of, being a bad booking decision. It's the fact that the timing was off. I'll explain in a minute. So we had a great matchup, starting off with the New Day looking good early. Do a little jail joke saying that, Usos saying it's their penitentiary. Even drop the soap joke. Ooh, TVPG, guys. TV-14 joke. But hey, New Day likes to ruffle feathers. I remember that one time Big E's like, talk about Charlotte being 16 champion of the month after Sasha lost at Rollback. That was a good joke. Anyway, it was a very intense matchup. Very back and forth, especially during the later half of the matchup after the Usos came back with the horrifying moves and blind tags. And even Big E and Kofi got some hot tags. And Kofi looked pretty good despite his leg being nailed. Got some high flying in and a Top in Paradise attempt. And even SOS he got in there. And then it just got very chaotic during the last 10 minutes of the match. It just got back and forth action. Near falls and was there a 3 count? Because Big E got him with a blind tag. Kofi nailed him. And then Big E got him with the big ending. In the 1, 2. Then all go down for 3. It was like weird there. It was like the closest count. It was either doing the big ending or the midnight hour. It was like very close. Near falls. You know what I mean? And the Usos were going for big splashes, and they kept missing a couple times. It was like very intense matchup, especially in the last 5 minutes with some very close near falls. But the Usos were getting their butts whipped, and they walked out of the match. They got counted out. Now, when it comes to a booking standpoint, screwy ending. Screwy ending with a purpose. It at least saves New Day from getting pinned. They just came back. They couldn't afford a loss. They just came back. And it also saves another match down the road between these guys. And also maybe saving the Usos for a possible loss against Breezango. It's screwy ending with a purpose. But here's the problem. Screwy ending came at the wrong time. You had another screwy ending just moments after the women's ending. You know, the timing was bad. You know what I mean? Not a good way to win the crowd back with two screwy endings in a row. You know, two weird endings in a row. You know, with the Carmella winning with Ellsworth's help, and of course the count-out victory for Usos. Like I said, in the storyline ways, in the storyline booking, it was like screwy ending with a purpose. You know, it wasn't the wrong booking decision. You know, it saves New Day from getting banned and all that, as I just mentioned. But it's not questioning the booking. It's questioning the timing of the ending. You know what I mean? When you want to win back your audience after a screwy ending, another screwy ending right after that isn't the right move. The timing was bad. So with that, I'll give it 3.7. Deducted for the ending yet again. But very intense match, very sloppy too, but still some great intense action from both these teams. At least they're saving up for rematch down the road. Or like I said, at least saving Usos to lose properly to Breezango, who we did see later on in a Fashion Files map video, which would lead towards a match, a bonus match. And especially the timing of the match was made. It was like, I'll tell you about that in a minute. Now on to our next matchup, the most intriguing match, just because it's a first singles match for a woman. Getting an instant title match despite having no singles matches. On WWE television, it's Lana. Yep, Lana. Well, they couldn't give Rusev a title match. Hey, give his wife a title match instead. Where the hell is Rusev anyway? We even got Where is Rusev chance during Lana's match for the SmackDown Women's title against Naomi. Now, the match itself, it was okay. They at least try to hide Lana's greenness. You know, and Lana still got a long way to go. You know, it was a simple match. They didn't do anything complicated because they know Lana's inexperienced. You know, a couple of hair pearls, and the only annoyance, she screamed. She screamed the entire match. You know, like every move, she was like, ah, it didn't matter, like during the submission attempts during the match. She kept screaming throughout the entire match. You know, she got a little hair pearls in, got some trips up in, but she looked okay. Like, Naomi carried the match for sure. Naomi carried the match. You know, they had to hinder the weaknesses of Lana. You know, hey, you know, she's still learning. You know, you gotta, like, really hide her weaknesses. And that's why the match was just okay. You know, and then all of a sudden, Carmella's music hits. She was teasing a Might Have Been Cash-In. That was after Lana nailed Naomi with a great new finish. I do like her finisher. The little pop-up, like, two-handed slam thing. And then that's when Carmella comes out. She was teasing a cash-in. And we saw this last year. We did see a Might Have Been cash-in last year during the pay-per-view. And Ambrose cashed in just 20 minutes after he won. But no, Naomi didn't get cashed in on by Carmella. Carmella teased it. And then with that distraction, Naomi tried to pick momentum up. Or should I say Lana tried to get momentum up. But she got distracted for a bit. Naomi came with some big moves. She did a review at one point, and they got a submission in, a Wings of Saturn, kind of like Neville's finisher, submission. And Lana had no choice but to tap out, so Naomi retained. It was the right call. Even though we had an interference. You know, we had two little screwy endings in a row, and then we had two matches that involved interference. Even if sometimes the interference didn't involve the ending, there was still interference nonetheless involved in both the next two matches, this match and a WWE title match. So 2.5 for this one. You know, because the match was kind of slow and the crowd was not into it at all. And they were chanting, you know, we want Rusev. Who'd have thought, you know, months ago, they were chanting, we want Lana. Who'd have thought those same people about a year later would be chanting, we want Rusev. Maybe we return on Tuesday, but we'll see. Because I think he is cleared. And Strowman's cleared. He may return Monday. We shall see. So, but Lana in a first singles match and a first match on WWE television since WrestleMania 32, which is a 6-woman tag. But she did pretty well. You know, she still got a long way to go. But hey, she didn't suck. Let's say that she didn't suck. And I'm glad she didn't win. If she would have won, the reaction the ending of the Money in the Bank women's match got would have been 10 times not as bad as the reaction what would have happened if Lana would have won. So I'm glad they made the right call of Lana losing. You know. So, you know, they want to shock people, but at least they know when to shock people at the right time. You know, you don't just shock people just to shock people. You need to shock people with the right decisions. So then we had a couple segments. The Fashion Police segment, which was hilarious. It was Fashion Vice, a parody, 80s parody. And there was a lot. It's like the shining light, not just the shining light on this pay-per-view, but the shining light on SmackDown lately is these Fashion Police videos. I love the pushing Breezango. And even though in the tag team title picture, they're still pushing them with these great vignettes. And the best in-joke part of all of them was Breezango, Fandango, beginning with Paulie Dangerously cell phone from the 80s. And there was like a couple more in-jokes with the wall stuff. It was like 80s themed. It was like 4x3. You know, it wasn't HD. It was like with the blank balls. Going with the 80s theme of the sketch. You know, being Fashion Vice. And then, I love the joke they made, like saying like there's a videotape. And then Fandango said, Coliseum. I'm probably one of only 10 people who probably got that joke. Coliseum Video Kids was the former video company of WWF Home Video. Back in the day, Coliseum Video. God, those are the days. I had a lot of Coliseum videos, and I rented a lot of them from a video store. See, kids, a video store is when you rent videos, and not from a machine like at Netflix. Or Redbox, should I say, you know? So, and then this mysterious team came on the screen. They trashed Breezango's Fashion Police headquarters on SmackDown. They said they're going to reveal themselves to a match later on. So we had a bonus match. Because by this time, it was 9 o'clock. We had 2 matches left. And I was like, wow, they're going to have each match go an hour. But they had the filler match. And that was Breezango. They had to change it to something shocking. But no, they went predictable with it. So then after the segment, all of a sudden, I had the TV on mute for a minute. And then all of a sudden, I turned around. And there's these hearts shining. I was like, what the heck is this? I unmuted it. And then after weeks of backstage rumors about these two being signed to the company and debuting and returning, we saw the return of Maria and the WWE debut of her husband, former Ring of Honor and TNA star, Michael Bennett. Well, he's taking Maria's last name. A lot of theories about this. It's because Maria's last name is more famous than Bennett, or because Bennett is trademarked by TNA. And WWE don't want to go into any more legal squabbles with TNA, just ask the Hardys. They have this love gimmick with this silly love theme. And they can make the gimmick work. Hopefully they do make it work. And don't forget repackaged. But I'm happy to see Mike in WWE. Saw him a little bit in Ring of Honor as part of the Kingdom with Maria. And they were great heels in Ring of Honor. With, of course, Taven, Bennett, and Adam Cole. Bang, bang. He's next, hopefully, to join the WWE. So, it's great to see Maria back with my cousin. My cousin Michael is like the biggest Maria had. And he's somewhat, you could kind of call him a WWE fanboy. All he watches is WWE. He doesn't watch TNA or Ring of Honor. And he's like, when does Maria come back? And I keep telling him about these rumors about Maria coming back. I did hear rumors they were going to debut this week. Not that they're going to save the debut for SmackDown, but they debuted on the pay-per-view. So, I thought it was kind of cool. You know, to see him finally debut. And I hope they take this opportunity and don't get fucked by the writers. I hope the creative don't give anything shitty, especially this gimmick they're being tossed with. You know, this love thing. Hope they turn a gimmick into a good thing. Look what happened to New Day. They had a shitty gimmick, but guess what? They turned it around and they're now almost over tag team still after 2 years in the company. So, there you go. I hope the same thing can happen with Bennett and Maria. Can't wait to see it. Usos and Canales. So now, before I make anything, I need to make a little reference here about the Breezango things. But I'm like you said, loving the Fashion Vice sketches. They're probably the funniest things on WWE programming right now until they film season 2 of Southpaw Regional Wrestling. Yay, they're doing another season! I loved it. If you haven't seen it, fucking watch Southpaw Regional Wrestling and WWE. I hope it becomes a network thing. And not just on the YouTube channel, because Southpaw Regional Wrestling was hilarious. And I think it kind of helped Breezango get a push, because they were both on that with Chet Butterfield. That was the commentator for Fandango, and Tyler Breeze was the banker, and I think the performances on that may have led them to get pushed. Too bad the club couldn't benefit from that, because they were funny on that show too. And I can't wait to see season 2. Hope they bring back some of the same people, and new people too. And Chris Jericho was on there. Who's going to replace him as interviewer, because he's gone. Now on to co-main event. Well, co-main event. the WWE Championship match involving Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton. And when this match was announced for next, people were not too happy because it silenced a cash-in. You know, this match was before the Money in the Bank ladder match. You know, I even predicted Money in the Bank could be a main event. Not without thinking that if Money in the Bank would go on after the WWE title match, that means no cash-in. No possibility of a cash-in. The cash-in is gone. That's the only little negative, especially with Jinder Mahal getting so much hate. Now, I did watch Backlash, but not live. I didn't make a pop-up Backlash review. So I hadn't really talked about Jinder in a whole a little bit. And despite getting kind of pushed too soon, but guess what? He's a great bad guy. He's getting reaction, people. Like Carmella's win over everybody the way she won. Got a reaction. Jinder really got a reaction. Especially on Bring It to the Table where they had all the fan angles. That was cool. They showed that Bring It to the Table. Best Bring It to the Table show I've seen on the network. So I'm plugging the network stuff ahead. Anyway, I love Jinder's new intro though. With the Singh brothers coming out, introducing him. And the lights are going out. I love this new intro. Getting a lot of heat. The Manane Maharaja was defending against the hometown boy. Randy Orton for a rematch for the WWE title. The pressure was on Orton because not only was he in his hometown, there was a slew of legends at ringside. There was rumors about a segment with legends, and this was it. With Sergeant Slaughter there, Greg Gagne, Kurt Henning's dad, and Curtis Axel's granddad, Larry the Axe Henning, Baron Von Raschke, he's still alive. Wow. And Cowboy Bob Orton and Ric Flair were all there at ringside. And the match was, okay. You know, it was what it was. You know, Jinder's still learning to be a main eventer. You know, he's got the heat for it. He's doing well with the moves and stuff. Attacking Orton's knee early on. Especially when Orton going for a big splash and he tripped up on the knee. Storyline or not, he did trip on the knee. And Jinder basically took advantage of that the entire match. You know, isolating the knee, going for some big moves, some big kicks, and clotheslines. And Orton looked alive despite batting on one knee. He did come back alive with numerous teases of the RKO out of nowhere. Even early on in the match, he was teasing it. And the Singh brothers, I'm glad they get involved. Until mid towards the ending of the match. After Mahal was like dominant with the attacks on Orton, even balling the outside a little bit. Orton came back alive. Some big nasty kicks and big moves leading up to the Hangman DDT. And feeling the voices screaming in his head, the crowd was popping. They wanted Orton, the hometown boy, to win. He went for the RKO. He got it. And then he was going for the 1-2. One of the Singh brothers put Jinder Mahal's foot on the ropes. And Orton was like, don't get him DQ'd here. You know, don't DQ him. But they threw him out. Or tried to throw him out. Referee was like, you and you get out of here. But as the Singh brothers were going out to the back, they went to the front row, grabbed Cowboy Orton by the neck, and Orton came to the rescue. And like he did at Backlash, he fucking basically killed the Singh brothers yet again. He tossed one of them on the desk, nastily, just threw him like a motherfucking rag doll on the table, nasty bump he took. And the other one got nailed against the steps and got all nailed like hell through the table. And even if the Singh brothers were taken out, that interference distraction was enough for Jinder to capitalize when Orton got back in, got fed into the Colossus, kind of Backlash ending again. 1, 2, 3. Jinder retains, and yet again another hometown boy loses. And the hometown crowd was stunned. Can you get the gist yet that most of the time the hometown boys do not win? Yes, there are a few little instances where the hometown boys lose, but sometimes win. But most of the time they lost, especially recently. You know, AJ lost in Georgia on a SmackDown against Dolph. Of course, we saw Bayley lose to Alexa in San Jose. And Randy Orton, despite the crowd being on the side, it was a good story. You know, like, the match was okay, but the story with it. You know, with Jinder attacking Orton, and of course the crowd being against Jinder, really cheering on the hometown boy. The crowd was popping a little bit for it, with the story being told. And really wanted Jinder to lose, but at the end of the day, Jinder retained. And that's what makes a good heel a heel. want people to pay to see you get your ass kicked. If people want to see Jinder get his ass kicked, even though he'll be the inevitable prey for the man who's faster than Rey Mysterio, more powerful than the Big Show, able to bury careers in a single bound. Super Cena! There's a lot of rumors about Cena facing Jinder at Mania. Not Mania, SummerSlam. But there's also rumors about Roman, especially now he's a free agent. It's kind of stupid. So we'll see what direction they do take with Cena. Too predictable, have him bury Jinder and officially break Ric Flair's title reign as the 17th title reign, or have him face Roman. But at least Jinder didn't get cashed in on, or lost at all, because at least it would, if Jinder would have lost, it would have undone everything they've attempted to do to push him. You know, all the big push and all the big hoopla would have been done if he would have lost the title within a month. But they've done that before. You know, get the top, you know, have a guy, have a great push, have him win the title, then lose in a month. When did that happen? Recently. Bray Wyatt. Anyway. So, there you go. 2.5. Match was okay. You know, the last two matches had, you know, the first 4 matches had either scary endings or interference endings. You know, with people getting involved. With, you know, Carmella getting involved in the women's title match. And the Singh brothers getting involved in the title match. Yet again. But hey, heel moves, but still, after a couple more screwy endings, you know. Yeah. But at least the next 2 matches had clean endings. Yay! We had a Fashion Police match. Now, we haven't seen American Alpha in a while. I mean, hey, where's Ruth at? But more importantly, besides where's Ruth at, where the fuck's American Alpha? I've been hearing rumors they were going to turn heel. And it was, hey, great opportunity for them to premiere as heel. And be the ones that say they attacked Breezango. A lot of people were hoping for it. But who came out to say they attacked Breezango? Womb? Ascension. Now, I love Ascension, man, but speaking of teams, man, the fucking American Alpha up and the fucking Ascension up. Shit, we've known that for a year or 2. You know what I mean? Not much to say. Breezango wins. 2.0. At least Breezango won, you know. But hey, this shit, I say this a lot. When everybody wants to do something shocking and exciting, they fail. Yes, they've done a lot more shocking and exciting things, even though some of them do not make sense. Like Carmella winning with Ellsworth and Jinder Mahal winning, shocking. But when we want really something shocking that we actually want, they don't do it. Like, hey, we want something shocking and exciting. Jinder, not exactly what we wanted. Do something shocking and exciting. Have Bullet Club come out. Bullet Club. No. Big Show's the mystery partner. Do something shocking and exciting. Have American Alpha be the ones with that Breezango. No, it's Ascension. So that's the thing sometimes. You want something shocking and exciting, but the times they do deliver a shocking and exciting is not exactly what we want. The things we want to be shocking and exciting doesn't really happen. So, there you go. At least Breezango won. Keeps the push going as the shining lights of the company. But it became a bathroom break match. It was a filler match. You know, they needed to have a bonus match, and that's what Breezango did. They filled it well. Would have been a lot more if it was American Alpha. Maybe the same for SmackDown. Anyway. On with Bar None, the match tonight. The match that kind of single-handedly almost saved the pay-per-view. The men's Money in the Bank ladder match. The battle of the 2. And not just because the ending was better. Sort of. At least we had a clean finish. It was, of course, Sami Zayn, Baron Corbin, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, and Dolph Ziggler. Did I forget somebody? Well, he was attacked early on, of course, referring to Shinsuke Nakamura, the 6th guy in this match. He came out to his music, and then from behind, Baron Corbin came out, took him out for the majority of the match. So we started out with 5. And it was a fun, exciting match. So many high spots. The MVPs were like Sami Zayn, AJ, like everyone had a chance to sign. Even Corbin had a chance to sign, especially after attacking Nakamura out the wild card out of the match. You know, so many spots, so many. And I think a lot of people thought Nakamura was going to win after, you know, being taken out, then coming back later. So, And there was Kevin Owens took a lot of nasty bumps, especially from Sami Zayn. Took like a suplex against an open ladder. Because Owens was going off the top rope. He was going for like a big splash move under some guys on the floor. But then Sami came up and did like a big suplex off the top, kneeling Owens back in the ring against a ladder that was open. Holy shit. And bent the ladder a bit. And Owens took another nasty bump from Sami with a exploder on the apron after Owens was going for a powerbomb on the apron. Man. And, man, there's like so many spots, so many in the list. Remember one spot when Ziggler was climbing the ladder, and then AJ came from nowhere doing a springboard phenomenal forearm, knocking Ziggler off. Ziggler did a very modified zigzag off the ladder. There were some exciting spots. Probably one of the best ones was AJ and Owens fighting. There was like a ladder hung up between the steel steps and the table. Corbin had already chokeslammed AJ to hell on the ladder. But then AJ got back up, and he and Owens were fighting the apron, and then Owens got lifted up by AJ, did like a slamming move up the apron onto a ladder. That was like a nasty-ass spot that Owens took. And also, I think, was it Zayn or AJ? Corbin was outside, but Ziggler was on the ladder. He got his head banged against the ladder. He bled a little bit. And he did like it was Sami. There was a sunset flip powerbomb up the ladder that was awesome. And that's when Ziggler was bleeding a little bit. Yeah, it was Sami Zayn. That was a great spot there. And then later on, Corbin got back in after looking dominant, especially after chokeslamming AJ. He grabbed the ladder, Nakamura's music hit. It was the loudest pop he got ever since he debuted on the main roster. He got genuine pop from the fans attacking. He delivered, basically, I think he delivered, and tell me if I'm wrong, he did a Kinshasa at everybody but AJ Styles. You know, he took out Corbin with a Kinshasa, took out Ziggler with a Kinshasa, Sami with a Kinshasa, and Owens with a Kinshasa on the outside. And then he was climbing the ladder, and AJ got up. The stare down was fucking insane. And this is why these two deserve to fight at WrestleMania and not SummerSlam. The tease of their eventual, and that's the key word there, their inevitable one-on-one match proves the match is going to be fucking insane. You know, they stare down, and it was just fucking... You could feel the goosebumps coming from that arena. Like, the crowd was, like, hyped. And then they brawled, and got into the exchanges, and knee strikes. And then, you know, like I said, Kinshasa attempt from Nakamura, and then here comes AJ with a big kick. That was crazy. You know, just their one little brief exchange was just insane. You know, with a fine form, that was like crazy. And then these two were climbing up the ladder again. And then with Sami out for a bit. Corbin got back in, pushing Styles and Nakamura off the ladder. He got on the ladder. He climbed it. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, the new Mr. Money in the Bank is the Lone Wolf Baron Corbin. Yes. Even a Baron Corbin sign. The right move. You know, a lot of people were picking Corbin to win. My two picks were Corbin or Zayn. You know, Zayn looked good in this match. Like, everybody looked good. Even Corbin. Especially if they're taking out Nakamura early. A lot of people thinking Nakamura would win. But I knew he wasn't because he had the briefcase on SmackDown. Usually, if you have a person with the briefcase on the go-home show, that person won't win. That's what happened. That's why you saw Nakamura had the briefcase, because he knew he wasn't going to win. Now, I like the decision of Corbin winning. But to end the pay-per-view, especially after the way the rest of the matches went, they should have had a good guy win. You know, at least they would have had a happy ending. You know, especially with the matches ending screwy, and having a good guy win would kind of replenish everybody. And have something positive. And this was still something positive, but hey, you know, bad guy won. You know, and the crowd kind of felt deflated. Especially after that AJ Nakamura tease, you know. But, you know, some people like Corbin, some people don't. But I do like Corbin main roster. He's learned a lot. You know, he's really, really improved from NXT. Look at Elias Sampson, a guy who kind of sucked at NXT, but guess what? He's looking good at main roster now. You know, even if he's doing matches with Dean Ambrose. Anyway, so 4.2. Best match of the night, bar none, like I said. The match that kind of saved the pay-per-view, but barely did. There were still the bad things to talk about. You know, the ending of the women's match, ending of the other matches. You know, there were some good positives in there. But sometimes, as I said before, doing some pay-per-view reviews, even though there were so many good things that happened, a great main event, and other great things, with Maria's return and Mike Bennett's debut, people will not be talking about the good things. People will always go back to the bad things. The bad booking in the women Money Bank Ladder match after such historical purpose. With the ending to go like that will bring up arguments for days, maybe weeks, even months, even a year. So, there you go. That's my thoughts on the Money Bank pay-per-view, my review of it. You know, 5.5, hey, you know, take away the little positives. Oh, Great Balls of Fire is better. Speaking of which, I'd like to announce that I will not be making a review for Great Balls of Fire. I will be going to a concert on that night. I may make like a thoughts video after I watch it. Not a proper review, but a thoughts video. I've done that before with pay-per-views that I don't watch live. I make like a thoughts video, not a real review, but like give you my thoughts on it. So that's probably what I'll do. Possibly. So I'm going to the concert with my dad. It's like a Father's Day gift to him. He's a big fan of Boston. So it's like my Father's Day gift to him is to see Boston on July 9th. So there will be no Great Balls of Fire review. I think there'll be a Battleground review. I think that's the next SmackDown pay-per-view. If there is one, is Battleground. I'm not sure if it's on or not. I need to double check. Yeah, I'm right. There will be a SmackDown pay-per-view July 23rd, and there will be a Battleground review. So, clarify again, there will not be a Great Balls of Fire review, but there will be a proper review of the next SmackDown pay-per-view Battleground. Hopefully Battleground's better than this. Hope for the best. SmackDown is the best show, bar none, but they're going through some rough patches. Hopefully bounce back soon. Especially this pay-per-view didn't help anything. Despite some good things, bad things hinder it. Didn't hinder Jinder, but the ending's going to hinder this pay-per-view. With that in mind, I'll be attacked by the review from Zach. Thank you again for watching. See you all later. Bye-bye.